Tell you what, really glad we don't have to play them anymore this season. Really glad about that.
Sucker bleu. I don't want to overreact. What was that?
This is gonna be a good year.
Not too shabby. The best game ever.
Hello and welcome to this Black Friday edition of Hawks Recap. Blackhawks continuing their little Eastern Conference road trip down in Tampa, Florida. Yes, that's right. Tampa, Florida, not Tampa Bay, Florida. There is no such place as Tampa Bay, Florida. It's Tampa. Tampa. It's a bunch of lies down there. Hashtag fake news. Blackhawks lose 2-4. Now the Blackhawks, you gotta be honest here, they played a pretty decent final 50 minutes of this game. It's just the first 10 minutes were just straight up garbage. And it led to 3 Tampa Lightning goals. There is your difference in the game. Some atrocious defensive zone coverage leads to a Tyler Johnson goal 30 seconds into this game. And then a neutral zone turnover, one of about 50 in the first 10 minutes, leads to a Tyler Johnson goal 7 minutes into the game. And then another turnover in the defensive zone this time leads to a Tyler Johnson attempt that Crawford somehow saved. Tyler Johnson could have easily had a hat trick in the first 10 minutes. It's actually quite surprising he didn't, but it's okay because Braden Point was able to get that third goal at the 10-minute mark. At this point, I'm thinking about 4 different things. Number 1, will the Lightning of the town of Tampa be breaking that record of shots on goal in a period that they set last time these two teams met? Because certainly, it looks like they're on pace to. Number 2, when are we going to be pulling Crawford? Number 3, did I miss any good shopping deals? And number 4, are there any good Christmas movies on? So as I'm thinking this, about 9 minutes left in the first period, Blackhawks have the puck in the offensive zone. DeBrincat throws it to Anisimov, who is somehow wide open in front of the net. He gathers the puck backhand, scoops it up and over Louie Domingue, and it's a 3-1 game, and I am stepping back off the ledge. And I think we can keep Crawford in for a little bit more. So Blackhawks get a little momentum from that. They start to pressure a bit. They're not quite turning the puck over as much. Alexander Fortin gets a breakout pass. He has a breakaway all alone. Seriously, he's like in his own area code on this breakaway. He goes to take a shot and his stick explodes. Just completely shatters on him. Doesn't even get a shot on net. And of course, the puck comes the other way. It finds Callahan. He beats Gustafsson one-on-one, doing a little outside-in move. And then he snaps it by Crawford. Probably a shot Crawford should have saved, but he doesn't. And now instead of it being a 3-2 game, a 1-goal game, now I'm not saying that a breakaway necessarily is a 100% chance of scoring, but for the sake of argument, let's just say 410 scores that if his stick doesn't break. Instead of it being a 3-2 game, 1-goal game, it's now a 4-1 game. Right after that, a 3-goal game going into the second period. Momentum, come back! Now the Blackhawks decide to take a couple penalties early on in that second period, which I do not recommend against the 5th best power play unit in the league. But they did, and thankfully their penalty kill unit comes up big. They hold the Lightning to 0 goals on their power plays, and the Hawks build off that and have a solid rest of the period. Possessed the puck much better, didn't turn the puck over as much. Just pretty solid. Except for the fact that even with that said, they still only had like 2 shots on goal that period through the first 18 minutes. It's a little bit depressing when you think 2 shots on goal is a pretty good period. But in those final 2 minutes, the Blackhawks decide to turn it up to 11 a little bit. Jonathan Toews wins an offensive zone draw. Duncan Keith puts a shot on net, but the captain pots home the rebound, and it's a goal with about a minute left right before the end of the period. That's good vibes going into the locker room. Cut the lead down to 2, down to a manageable deficit. Hey, you never know. The Lightning gave up 4 goals to the Flyers not too long ago. Things could still happen. In the third period, Blackhawks looking good. Finally get their first power play of the game 8 minutes into the period. They ended up getting 4 straight minutes of power play time. And honestly, those 2 power plays, some of the best looking power plays I've seen in a long while from the Hawks. Everything you'd want from a power play. Puck movement, shots, The only thing that didn't happen was the puck going to the net. I don't know how the puck didn't go into the net a couple times during those power plays. They were very, very unlucky not to score a goal during that power play time. And honestly, you could say they were unlucky not to score 2 and tie this game up during that time. It was just unfortunate. The Blackhawks would outshoot the Lightning 14-4 in that third period. They would end up outshooting the Lightning 32-29 in the game because of that, which is absolutely bonkers to think about if you only watch the first 10 minutes of this game. Hawks can't find a way to score during the even strength 5-on-5 in the latter half of that third period. So the Lightning hold on for a 4-2 win, and the Hawks drop their second straight. Now, as disappointing as losing these last 2 games is, if you look at these 2 games, or this 3-game Eastern Conference road trip here, if you just kind of put the blinders on and just look at it kind of all by themselves. Washington Capitals, defending Stanley Cup champions, probably didn't think you were going to win that game before the season started. Away against the Tampa Lightning, a team that's going to be competing for a Stanley Cup championship. Tough to win that one too. Third game against the Florida Panthers. It's a toss-up, but the Panthers aren't really playing all that well right now. There's a chance to get 2 points. If they get 2 points out of these 3 games, I mean, you look at it before the season, that's kind of probably what you expected from this little road trip. But for the Hawks to get those 2 points, especially on the back end of back-to-back, they're going to have to find a way to play a full 60 minutes. And with that said, I say thank you so much for watching this episode of Hawks Recap. I really hope you enjoyed it despite the outcome. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. Like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate that as always. Hope you guys all had a great Thanksgiving holiday. If you are still looking for Black Friday sales, I do have a sale going on in my merchandise store. Link down in the description to that. Use the code BFSALE. That'll get you 20% off, and that's actually good all weekend long. So, plenty of chances to get some Hawks Recap merch. But seriously, most importantly, stay safe, make good decisions, and I'll see you next time.